Okay. Follow a video to the last video I made, cause I'm actually recording this at the same time. I think I want to play tank. Maybe I want to play damage. I don't know. I go for one or the other. Um, I'm recording this after that first video I made for the next day, just so I can like have a video upload in the morning every day, and then I'll just tweet about it. Just to make my life easier, because I work 9 to 5, so recording it the day and releasing it the next day kind of makes sense in my head. Maybe I could be going. Maybe I could be going about it wrong. Maybe it's recording it the day before or the day of. I don't. No, because if I record it the day of, it releases too late. To be quite honest, so I'd rather record it the day before and then release it the next day, and then I'll have it like pretty. I don't know who I want to play. I do want to play Genji. Oh, we are losing. Oh, we lost this match. Hopefully I can. No, we ain't winning this. We ain't winning this. If we win, this is amazing. Yeah, I agree with the chat here. Jesus. All right. Well, I don't know what this was. But yeah, I guess one topic I kind of wanted to talk about was like, I mean, everybody who knows me knows that I lost my grandma last year, so I kind of took a bit of a break, you know, just like from going to tournaments, wanting to do commentary. And I have my own gripes about commentary, but I honestly don't want to be a broken record. I've talked about it on Twitter like more than enough times. But I decided to just kind of take a break and really focus on myself mentally. And oh, I really want to play Jungle Queen. I love this character, by the way. This character low-key sucks, but I think she's really fun. I think she's really fun when she works. But but Doomfist is so cool.
Yeah.
Doomfist is so cool. We'll see how this goes.
Where?
But honestly, yeah, I took time off.
This is London, huh?
And I'm gonna
Seen fancier.
turn off this chat really quick.
I say we kill these guys until they die.
Sound. Oh my god, voice chat. Voice chat.
We kill them until they die.
I think they're no. Okay. But yeah, I took time off and had to like help my mom out, take care of my mom, take care of myself, but also the mentality of having to. A lot of people don't know about this, but like I was raised by a single mother. Like maybe, I wish this wasn't true, but probably quite a few of you might have been married, raised by a single mother, and that's just how some generations are. And oh, I'm dead because I think May kills Doom. I think May is a counter to Doomfist if you ask me, but also Doomfist only works as like someone pockets you, to be honest. But I'm also like really distracted by honestly talking. But so playing and talking is kind of hard. God, and I wanted to play Valorant to begin with. But back to the topic. Oh Jesus. This is not voting. This is also another match is not voting well for me. Thank God. Ooh. Oh, this is getting intense. Okay. But yeah, I really look at me trying to talk about a serious conversation, and I'm in the middle of like an intense match. Oh God, he smacked me and I jumped. But long story short, yeah, I really wanted to take time off and just focus on my mental stability and like the progress of like. I think one mistake I did back in some of you might remember, but like back in 2019, pre-pandemic, I was going to like a local every day. I was going to like a local every day, and it was not a good thing, honestly. If you quite ask me that, it wasn't a great thing to do. But I was going to a local every day because at the time I was going through a very rough breakup. And I was going to a local to just kind of like forget. I really, really want to just forget of the pain, and it was from a relationship that I just very much enjoy. So me having to go through that and going to tournaments, I felt like it just wasn't healthy, especially after what happened, like with everything coming out about a lot of players. It made me realize like that's not a healthy thing. It's okay to take a break and just, you know, focus on yourself. And I think a lot of people just want to they double down on something that, you know, makes them feel good. But as they say, too much of a good thing can be bad. And I decided I'm going to take care of myself because that's important. And I gave up a lot of possible commentary on opportunities, a lot of, you know, things I could have been doing to like grow as a caster. Instead of crying about it, you know, I could have done something about it, but I honestly just knew I needed to take time. And losing my grandma, which was somebody who raised me as a child, was really difficult, you know, to just put it in perspective. I was, like many Hispanic people, I was raised by grandma, you know, so it's interesting to just, I think for a time, I was honestly, for the record, I'm not crying, but for a time, I was very, very privileged in like I never lost a family member that I genuinely loved. You know, I loved a lot of family members, but I never lost anybody. I used to be like, oh, I've had friends who lose their grandparents, friends who've lost their mom, their father, at really young ages, and I used to just tell myself, like, that's never gonna happen to me. You know, that's never gonna happen to me. Blah 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 blah. And then it did, and it felt like it was, oh my god, I really thought I had that there, but Bastion. Losing my grandma kind of told me the truth about mortality. It's just life just comes and goes, and I used to just say, yeah, it's never gonna happen to me. And my grandma had been to the hospital so many times. Like, I can't tell you how many times I took my grandma to the hospital. My grandparents to the hospital. Times where like I'm asleep and then I get a call from my mom like, oh, can you come help me out? Like your grandpa's not waking up. And then we take him to the hospital and he comes back, good to go. Nothing happened, right? And then like this time it was different. Like this time my grandma did not come back. You know, it wasn't something that we laughed about. It was different. And having to deal with that, like, that was it. That was the last trip. It was kind of shocking to me. So I had always just been, in a sense, privileged about death. My grandparents have probably made out with death, and they come out fine. But this was the time my grandma didn't come back, so I just decided I just wanted to stick back and, you know, heal. Take time to myself and work on my mental stability, you know, see a therapist, you know, learn to deal with what this is because it's new to me. You know, it's completely new to me, and thankfully, you know, I met Gary and everybody else, and we'll become the team that created Wave Dash. You know, Top Shelf and me, Georgie, Slicer, Layson, all working together to just bring up this idea that becomes Wave Dash. And it was formed from the fact of like there was no Smash at Evo. At the time, we were kind of waiting for, if I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong, maybe Gary would be better to explain this, but like at the time we were kind of like, because I remember there was like the Ludwig thing that you kind of wanted to do, but we never ended up finding out like what was gonna happen from that. So there's that. So we kind of like, we knew that this was like the best time to like gather SoCal, and also like it made sense. Like most people who would be going to Evo for Smash, they're gonna want to come to Wave Dash because guess what? We're the only people who are doing Smash this summer. You know, so it was like kind of like the perfect storm, so to say. Oh, he's not dying. It was kind of like the perfect storm of things, and yeah, we just came up with Wave Dash. You know, I think, and that was kind of like, I was low-key on my way out. I was kind of like, maybe, you know what, maybe this is it. I need to take my break seriously and just, you know, really focus on getting better, you know, focus on my job and my finances and trying to help my mom out. And then next thing I know, I was just like, here's a chance for me to like really enjoy something again. Oh my god, I thought I had that armor there. And I did. I enjoyed a lot of the creative process. It was really difficult because my job at the time, I was working like front desk hotel and like helping doing audits. I was doing a lot of that job. So it was really hard. I had a mixed, like one day I would work from 7 to 3, and then the next day I would work from 3 to 11. So, or I would work 3 to 11 and then 7 to 3, and it just kind of sucked. And I was just like, damn, I did not sign up for this, man. Like, I'm losing sleep, and it kind of sucked. Nice. Alright, team kill. And that was really hard. Like, it was hard for me to like, kind of like, do wave dash in a sense, because I was like, dude, working from 3 p.m. to 3 p.m. to 11 p.m. and then have to go to work from 7 p.m. to 3 p.m. the next day. And then in the middle of that, be like, yeah, let's go ahead and do this for Wave Dash and plan this and like make sure that we're doing this. It was hard, man. It was like, there were times where I'm like, man, am I doing this? Should I just back out? And I was just like, no, I really want this to happen. And then we do that. I want to go more into the story of Wave Dash in time, but I kind of would rather have like the right people around me to make a proper video about that, you know. Can I don't think I can talk to this. Oh my god, I'm dead. I'm almost dead. But yeah, it was a lot for me to like even consider Wave Dash. And I guess I did it as a labor of love for the Smash community because I missed the times when we're like, you know, when the Smash community was popping, you know, I missed that. And I was just like, oh my god, I thought I had this guy. I really did, and I just hesitated there. But I missed the times when the Smash community was just popping, and I really wanted to see that happen again. And I felt that it was there. You know, there was a lot of dumpster fire that we had to like, that it just happened suddenly that day, and you know, it was what it was, and we dealt with it. But also, it was like, dude, I saw Nico once again like claim that same throne that was kind of his, where he was like #1 for a time. It would have been great to see Charlie there, but you know, Charlie's living his best life, doing whatever he's doing, going to college, I believe. But still, it was like great. Like I saw a friend of mine, like dude, I saw Nito get like top 8. I saw Nico get, you know, top 8. He got second, losing to Sen, but still, it was like, dude, it felt like a spirit of SoCal was there. It could have been better, you know. And I think still like me talking, like I talked to Nito about it, and he was saying like things he wish could have gone better and things that could have been better. So there's like that, but you know, things can always be improved. The first iteration of something is never the best, as they say. So I always just tell people like it's interesting, but I can't wait to see what more we can do with Wave Dash as the years come. Make it bigger, make it better, you know, with more money. But definitely, Wave Dash was born like as a labor of love from me, but also as the part of me wanting to still be in a break, but also part of me not wanting to give up the dream of like maybe one day I'll make it into an esports team, helping them plan events and like creating community events that people in the community love. You know, like I really love, it's no stranger to anybody, like I really love 100 Thieves, and I love what they do with their community, but I always feel like they could do more, you know, and it wouldn't cost them much more. I think I went to the drop for the, I think it was the Attack on Titan drop. It was a sick drop, but it was pretty cool because like people were there waiting for the clothes, and I didn't do too bad as Doomfist. I mean, we won, but doesn't mean I did great. But well, yeah, people were in line, and I waited in the line, and I talked to people, and people were talking to me about like I knew about the Call of Duty team and the Valorant team, but I never knew about the League team. So like, I got to talk to people about the League team, and then like they tell me like how they made it, and how they like got into Nadeshot, and how like old fans, and it was pretty cool. I think community building events is really important, and I think I've always loved that about the Smash community, is that it is very, very, very close. Some parts of it are cliquey, you know, which I don't like, but it's very, very close. You know, people can go and talk about anime, talk about Breaking Bad, talk about their favorite restaurant, talk about going to raves. You know, some people have met long life friends there, and I think a team like 100 Thieves could do more with their community, you know, in terms of community events. You know, you don't have to always bring, you know, X player to always be there. That would be awesome if they're free, you know, but you can always do more of like, I thought it was the sick part about the event is you kind of got to go to the very front of the Cash App compound, and if you were in line, you saw the back of it. So if you're like me and you're freaking out and geeking out about being at the Cash App compound, and 100 Thieves and all that, it's like, dude, that's awesome. Like I got to step at the front door of the Cash App compound, the stairs of the Cash App compound, and see all this cool stuff. I think that was very good, and I hope 100 Thieves does more drops like that. But community events is what makes me happy. If I ever start to join some esports team, I really want to focus on like making community events and like helping community people be happy, and like, you know, letting them know like, hey, thank you for being part of the community. This event is for you. Like, we're inspired by you. We're here because of you, and we want to reward you guys for, you know, always supporting us. You know, we may not always be the best, but you know, we appreciate your support, and things like that are very important and key. Even my job now is like working in communities for apartments is like really dope, and I really love that part, that I get to work with community, like, you know, a community of people that I get to meet every day. I get to meet their dog, I get to meet their partner, I get to meet, like, you know, their family, they get to meet me, like things like that. I really love that that community, meeting other people from other parts of the country, or not other country, I'm sorry, other states of the country, but other parts of the planet, and like they ask me for advice. I'm like, oh, you're from LA, and I'm like, yeah, and I love that, you know. So God, I'm going on and on about this as I'm into the next video, but I'm gonna keep talking until I finish this match, because I kind of want to do a video per match, but at the same time I really went into this next match so this video is a little bit longer. But yeah, community events make me happy, and that's kind of what I love about doing tournaments. I think I found that out through 3DG, is like, I love doing commentary, but my favorite part about it, to be quite honest, was like seeing everybody have a good time. You know, oh my god, I tried to dash out of there, but I think I should have been fixing it longer. And I apologize if I'm talking too fast. But seeing everybody have a good time, like seeing people from other walks of life just come together and have fun, and I think that's what really made me want to keep on going with Wave Dash, is just that. You know, those things bring me happy, and I know my grandma would want me to be happy. You know, that's how she always was. So I did that kind of like as to myself, but also as a labor of love to like my grandma, of her knowing like she wouldn't want me to give up my dreams. You know, she would want me to live my life, and it's kind of hard to live your life when the very person you want around in your life is gone. You know, like, it's very difficult. Kind of like my breakup was very difficult. Like, it was hard for me for a time to live my life when the very person I enjoyed having around in my life decided to just, this isn't it for them. You know, they wanted to walk away, and that's hard. You know, that's hard to accept their decision, you know, and to respect it. It's not easy. Oh, I am boned. I should have gone under the stairs, and I already used my seismic. What is it called? Hold on, there's a term for it. Oh, I don't think it gives you the options anymore. My seismic slam, that's the name. I was out of my seismic slam and could have gone the stairs, but whatever. But yeah, it's really difficult, you know. And I think the one thing I learned about my breakup, when I decided to just go to tournaments all the time, was like, it wasn't healthy for me. I got into a car accident, but also like it's not the right way to do it. It's cool to go to tournaments and distract yourself, but I felt like there are things I could have done better. That would have just been smart decisions. I'm sorry, I had to be quiet there because I totally got 2 for 1 right there. I was kind of happy about that, but yeah, it's really difficult to do that. So I felt like it wasn't the healthy way. Going to tournaments and distract yourself was great, like I said, but obviously you want to, you know, still like go see a therapist, talk to yourself, don't run away from your problems. And I felt like sometimes I just ran away from my problems, you know, instead of confronting them, confronting how I felt, confronting why I had so much pain. And I wanted to make sure that like I was confronting the pain that I had of losing my grandmother. So taking that time off was honestly pretty good, but also pseudo taking that time off because I was working on Wave Dash with everybody, which was the Wave Dash team, which would, you know, we would all join Top Shelf after Wave Dash. You know, just okay, well, let's stick around. This is cool. We liked it. It could have been better. HBox in the chair is great. But we want to make this better. We want to keep doing this every year. And we're like, yeah. And I remember like we I think so. I guess a little bit of history before I bring like others into what it was like creating Wave Dash, but the name came from the fact that I wanted something that rang summer because it was in the summer, obviously, but also had the same level of like Riptide and you know, Low Tide City. I kind of wanted something in that spirit, and I wanted something to capture like that summer beach vibe. And we were in San Diego, which is pretty sick, and we knew we wanted something that. So I came up with the name Wave Dash because I wanted something that, like, you know, I think one of the things I learned from 2GG is it's great when things are closely tied together, but also great when you name something that, like, you know, rolls off the tongue but also has meaning into the community. You know, Saga's had a deep meaning into the community, so I wanted something that would have a meaning in the community, and Wave Dashing is like the first thing you learn as a melee player. That's the first thing everybody learns. So for us, this is the first tournament we're learning to do, you know, on our own post-pandemic, especially me, like after the loss of 2GG. It's the first thing we were learning, so it kind of fit the name. And I came up with Wave Dash because I just loved the name. It just rolled off the tongue. There are other tournaments called Wave Dash, but nothing as a major called Wave Dash. You know, everybody calls their tournaments Salty Spittoon at some point. That's what Jerry said. And he's like, yeah, it's called Wave Dash. And yeah, the name just stuck, and that's how we got the name. It was born of the spirit of, like, you know, taking the fact that it was during the summer, and we really wanted something with the same level of recognition as like Riptide, Low Tide City. We're like Wave Dash, and it just worked. Shout out to Justin who helped me come up with the design, because I knew what I kind of wanted, but he more or less brought that to life for me, and it was amazing. The theme, if you guys couldn't catch it, the theme was based off of it's that frisbee game. It's that frisbee game that I cannot remember for the life of me right now. Ooh, no, I got hit from behind. Sorry. Is it Windjammers? Windjammers is the name of the game. Yeah, it was based off of Windjammers. So the theme for the first year was kind of more based off Windjammers, and we didn't want to call it Wave Dash 2 because we knew this was always going to be like a yearly thing. So let's call it like Wave Dash 2022. I don't like calling things 1, 2, and 3. Like, this is gonna be a confessional. No offense to anybody, please don't take this the wrong way. If you call your tournament that, like, more power to you. Don't let my opinion, you know, change the way you call things. It's just me. I don't like calling anything super or numbered by 1 or 2. I think calling something like a super tournament, I think that's just so childish. I think like you kind of have a better name, and I think what made 2GG so great is they didn't call it Super MSM. They called it, like, you know, they called it a saga. They called it based off, you know, a theme. And I think if people just theme their tournaments more, you know, their tournaments would have more meaning instead of calling a monthly or regional super this. No, just call it, give it a different name, give it some branding recognition, you know? That helps create recognition with others, and they can be like, oh dude, this tournament did this, instead of doing a super version of themselves. I'm rambling at this point, but I hope you guys get what I'm saying. Is I don't like calling things 1 or 2. I would rather call them like 2023 version, or, you know, give it another name with a theme and a branding. That to me is much more important than calling it Wave Dash 2022 or Super MSM 0. You know, like, no, instead of me having a Super MSM 0, I'm going to go ahead and create another tournament and create another series that functions as a regional. You know, I think that's better, you know, instead of having, but it's what it is. No, like I said, no offense to anybody. Please nobody take it personal. I don't like calling things 1 or 2 or super, like Wave Dash 2. That just sounds weird. Because when you get to Wave Dash 9 or Wave Dash 11, it's like, what? Like, that's the problem with like naming things 1, 2, and 3. Like, I love Star Wars, but the fact that they get away with it is because they call it episodes. But if they didn't call it episodes, like, it'd be horrible. Like, Star Wars 9. Like, that's terrible. Star Wars Episode 9 sounds great, you know, but Star Wars 9, Star Wars 22, like, no, just call it this or that, you know. But that's gonna be the end of the video. This is obviously being recorded as the other one went live, and this will go live the following day. So I'm gonna record the videos the night before, and then they go live the next day. So if you guys have any like topics you guys want me to talk about, if you guys want me to go more in depth about Wave Dash or anything, I do want to go more in depth on Wave Dash, but I'd rather have the team with me because there are things that I may not remember that well that they remember better, and they like couldn't quote from their perspective better than me. So I'd rather have like a whole podcast or like a whole like a video on that. But I do want to talk about Wave Dash for sure. That's like I can talk about that forever, almost to anybody. That was like a fun thing that we can't wait to make better as the years go on. Like, dude, I hope we can have Wave Dash like at a like a resort hotel in like Santa Monica and have it be still affordable for everybody. I think that was another thing too, is like we wanted Wave Dash to be affordable, and it for the most part, yeah, it was pretty affordable. And we hope we can keep it affordable, but like we have to face the reality of some things. But yeah, I hope we can still do another great Wave Dash and have it be affordable and things like that. But creating a major, that's another video I want to do. And I have to like, yeah, it's another video I want to do. Like, what's it like to create a major from my perspective? Because obviously there's like 4 people who worked on Wave Dash. But yeah, let's see in the video. If you guys want any more topics, feel free to @ me on Twitter, Vance.exe. You spell the word dot, by the way, or just comment on the video itself, and I'll like take a look at those and I'll come up with a video from there. Peace, I guess. Yeah. Good night, everybody. Good morning, or whatever. Bye.